everybody. Thank you very much for joining us again for another weekly market review for F45 trading. This week we're discussing March 8th to the 12th. A couple of items on the economic calendar that you want to watch for. We've got a Bank of England governor speaking Monday morning at 5 a.m. New York time, and that's about it for Monday. That's the only major impact news event that I can see. Same thing on Tuesday. We only have, for the Australian dollar, Governor Lowe speaking late in the day. And then Wednesday, we get into some more high-impact news drivers. We've got US dollar CPI, and this is the big one here on the week for the Canadian dollar. We've got a rate statement, interest rate statement. So they're planning on keeping it about the same, but just watch this market nonetheless. I wouldn't be placing any trades in the Canadian dollar either. Right ahead of this, so and I'll show you why as well too. The market is definitely not correlated to what the US dollar is doing, so I'll show you what I'm talking about there in a minute. Crude oil inventory numbers, which I'll talk about crude oil today, hit a new record as exactly as I said it was going to do. I didn't anticipate it, to be honest with you, this soon. I thought they would have drawn it out a little bit more, but they just marched right to that level, that 67 level that I was looking at, and still haven't really even stopped. So crude oil inventory numbers on Wednesday, and then we've got a monetary policy statement as well for the euro. So if you're going to trade euro, you better get all your trades out Monday and Tuesday, because I think it's going to get pretty eventful going into Thursday. And then we've got some employment change and unemployment numbers for Canadian dollar on Friday. So all in all, slower on the week in terms of the number of drivers, but some pretty heavy hitters with the euro monetary policy statement and the Canadian dollar rate statement as well too. So US dollar last week, so this is a weekly chart, we surged higher and smashed right back into these old lows right here. Now I was looking for higher prices on the dollar. I mentioned that there could be a chance we could run this high in here, and we got that last Friday. It finally kicked the market above, and so far we're starting out this week as well too, fairly strong as well. So here's the thing: there's a lot of resistance rate in this area here. If price is going to go higher, I would expect price to just start driving into this range and really making big ranges higher. I don't necessarily think it's just going to chop and just slowly go up. I think if it's going to get in, it'll probably do it. But just watch for that. I mean, price, we do have a major level of consolidation right here. And if you look back, right in through here, it's the same thing. A lot of consolidation, a lot of sideways price action. So there is a chance that could just come and bang around in here for the next foreseeable future. And if you look, I'm on a weekly chart. Look how long price spent in here. I mean, it was months on months. I mean, this one in here, this area from here to here was better part of a year. This area here was from essentially, call it June it started, and it didn't finish until middle of November. So good 3-4 months banging around in here. So we just came out of a pretty tight consolidation range. I'm hoping that price is going to, if the direction is going to be higher, great, but I hope it does it and continues to run higher and not start getting into this sideways price action, okay? So I don't know if they're going to keep driving this thing higher or if they're going to roll over and go lower. Now, just keep in mind, the U.S. House just passed that $1.9 trillion stimulus package, and I think it goes to the Senate, if I'm not mistaken, on Monday for a vote. So just watch for that. Again, dumping more money, more U.S. dollars into a market obviously doesn't do anything for the strength of the currency. So just keep that in mind. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we just saw price bank up in here, and then once they approve that package, price falls off. But I'm not going to be opposed to a price run higher. It's just right now, I'm waiting to see, do we reject from this level? Because this should act as some pretty heavy resistance to get through. So I'm going to give it a day or two to see what happens. At the end of the day, though, if we start trading above this area right in here, so again, I'm on a weekly chart, so you're going to want to go into a weekly. But essentially, if we start trading up into this area, so we're about 92.10 right now, give or take. If we start trading up above 90 and getting into 93, that's $1 away. It's quite a ways. You know, a lot of room for error there, but I think in my mind, then that would kind of be the driver that's going to take us potentially above these old highs in here. Now, we have been on a fairly steady decline, you know, since early 2000. So about a year, it took price to fall off, you know, from 103 down to $89. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a little bit of pullback. You know, it's the same thing here. You look at this one, price run here. Price smashed down, took about a year or so. And then it staged a pretty nice recovery. In here it was a little bit choppy, but it took a little while, but had a nice recovery in here and in here. And then, as you can see, price steeply fell off again. So could this just be, you know, the low here, price ran the high, and then came back down? We're going to have a failure swing and then another potential shot higher. You know, that's what we need to analyze and look. And I think if price, as I mentioned to you, gets through this 93 level, then I think there's a good chance we're going to see another leg higher, and we could get into a situation of you know, something like this occurring. And you can see this area here, how we sprangboard off of these lows, smashed right back through this resistance area in here. That's kind of what I'd like to see happen in here. Not necessarily this chop sideways here, but this action right here. If we're going to get above that, I'd like to see it do it immediately and start running. So that's why I say, I mean, $93, it could be there by the end of this week or sooner. So watch for that. But if we fail to get back above meaningful, if we fail to get a day that closes above Friday's high, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. So Friday's high came in at 92.22 on this broker feed. If price fails to get above and stay on a daily chart above that level, then I think it could roll over. Okay, so just watch that level on your chart there. Now again, I don't know if we're going to keep pushing higher. I don't think there's any economic news drivers that are stimulating the dollar to go higher. But if you look at this is a pretty bullish price structure here. Okay, so what could also happen is if we can't get above Friday, watch for these old highs back in here. We could see it just bank up into here, come back down and retest this level and then shoot higher as well. So just watch for that scenario. And if we start trading through, and I got to give you the other end of this story as well too. So essentially, if we start trading right through here, see how price came and banged up into here and banged up into here. If we start trading back through this level right in there, so this happens to be just, again, on this broker's chart, about the $91 level. If we start trading back down below 91, I think you can easily target this low and this low here. So more than likely, I'll be back on and doing this again, you know, before price does that, so we can analyze it then. But just watch these levels up in here for now. Okay, EurUsd. So very similar to the dollar, very correlated. I'd like to see that because some of the other pairs I'm going to talk about here are not very correlated, which is a little concerning. We had price smash right back down into these, the highs of all of this consolidation level in here. So again, same thing as the dollar, lots of support at this area. I'm watching the low from last week, which came in at 118.94, 118.95, call it. If that gets broken to the downside, then essentially my line in the sand, if price goes below 117, you could call it 117.20, sure, somewhere in around there, 117.20 to 117.30. So we're currently about the 11900 level. It's about 180 pips. I know to the downside that's a lot of pips, and you say, Steve, well, why don't you just go and trade that short? By all means, you can certainly do that. If we have a break below this low here and price continues to go lower, maybe you might be inclined to take a short. I think I'm going to wait though and see what happens. I mean, you could certainly, like I say, just a short-term day trade and see if you can get a level down in here. I would probably pick higher, like maybe 117.50, somewhere in that area. At least a break below these two lows in here. But I think that right now it's at a point where this could easily turn around on a dime, you know. And I'll give you an idea here where price smashed all the way up through here, came back down, very similar to this trend, and almost got back into these old highs in here, and it actually just came back down into this old consolidation level down in here, and then rebounded right back higher. And we were so close to taking out these highs here as well. So, you know, again, if it's like the US dollar and we get some strength and we start running up into here, well, then you're going to see EurUsd starting to run down here. But right now, it's, you know, and especially because we have that monetary policy, monetary policy release statement on Thursday, they will more than likely just consolidate at this level, and then depending on what that news is on Thursday, they'll either drop it or turn it around. So more than likely, I don't think it's going to be optimal trading for EurUsd. I could certainly be wrong. You know, again, you could always look at a break from Friday's low here and possibly getting in on a short. But I would keep your stop very, very tight, and you know, I would target probably just these lows in here more than likely. You know, just a quick run below there, see if you can get 50 to 80 pips and call it a day until that release statement comes out. GbpUsd, and sorry, and I should just mention, if we do get a rebound in here, you know, it'd be great to get in the longs in here because you could target up here, and then possibly eventually up there. But again, I'm waiting to see if they want to drop it down. If they do drop it down, how far do we go? Because if we go past this 117.20 level, it's not very good for to be bullish on EurUsd. I think it's probably going to continue to drop, and we'll probably swing underneath these lows here. Okay, so that's kind of the take on that. GbpUsd had a big sell-off as well. Oops, I'm on a 4 hour. Should get to a daily. I think we're going to jam back down into these old highs in here. I had this marked on my charts for a while, and this comes in at at 137, you know, call it 50s, 137.60s. I didn't honestly think we were going to get down. Price seemed to be hesitating right in here at this old consolidation level right here, and then just last Friday, price dumped down. We had a down day Thursday and another big down day Friday. Now we're just stalling this low right here. I think it's going to get taken out, and we're probably going to shoot back down into here. So more than likely, I think that's going to be a pretty safe bet on cable. But again, $1 million question. Do we smash down into this area here and then do a quick reverse and go back up? Because GBP has just been absolutely bullish, bullish, bullish. Do not short this market since, you know, early 2020. So about a year now, this thing has just been going straight up. Is it going to continue? I don't know. We've got some old major highs up in here that it has not run yet. And I think it's pretty likely that they may do that. But you can see, obviously, we had a straight move right up into that area. Now they're just doing a little retrace in here. So I would like to see this 137.50 level hit. Which we're pretty close to it now. We're, you know, about 60, 70 pips away now. We're probably going to smash down into that. Now, what I want to see is, does price want to continue to go lower? So this consolidation area in here, I don't want to see it go pretty much any lower than that right there. And that comes in, it's not that I don't want to see it go lower. It's that if price goes lower, call it, you know, call it 136.50 if I can get that on there. If price goes lower than 136.50s, then I think we're probably going to see all of these lows cleaned up here, and they may come and do a pretty deep retracement. But for now, still bullish GbpUsd, looking to see a price run lower early in the week and then a bounce higher. So if we get something different, obviously adjust, pick your targets, and I'll review you again next week on Sunday as to where we're at. But for now, this is, I think, you know, about the best we're going to get for now. And if we do get a big bounce here, again, just, you know, you can easily start targeting these highs here on the upside for, you know, first level targets to get out. Australian dollar, again, another one that I should have got out to a daily. Here we go here. So again, nice sell-off, very, very bullish, very happy with Aussie USD. This pair has been very nice to trade. Hit some major highs up in here, and I can zoom out and show you again. Hit some major highs up in here. Called this level actually that 0.800 level. Called that a few weeks back. I'm sure you guys can go back and have a look at that, and you can see there 0.8007 on the high. So that was achieved, and then price sold off quite rapidly from there. Now, another one I'm watching, however, we do have RBA, Australian dollar Governor Lowe speaking on Tuesday. So more than likely, they probably won't do a whole lot Monday, but when that speech comes in on Tuesday, then they're going to probably start cranking that market. So you can watch for it there. Now, what I'm looking to see is, do we run below these lows here? If we run below these lows here, then I think they're going to come back, and they're probably going to scoop up all of these lows under here. So we can pick those targets very, very easily, but it's just the first day or two I'm waiting to see. Price came, slammed down into here. Do we reject and go higher? Now, again, US dollar crossed a major high. Aussie, if it was correlated, should have came and swept underneath these major lows under here. We haven't got that yet, okay? EurUsd did the same thing, right? Swept below that major low right there. So this EurUsd should be exactly mirror opposite of the dollar. We got that. Australian dollar should be the mirror opposite. Did not get that. So that could be showing strength on Australian dollar's part, not wanting to drop lower, and we could see this thing run higher. So that's why I say I'm just going to wait for a little bit and see what we get. So I will update you again on this market here, obviously next Sunday. My members will get it tomorrow after we see price open up a little bit. And then USCad, this is another one that I mentioned to you that was uncorrelated to the US dollar at the very beginning. We do have a rate statement on on the Canadian dollar on, I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, right there, 10 a.m. New York time on Wednesday. So I'm waiting for that. We've got some nice highs in here that I believe that these are going to get run out. Now, what we could do, if the US dollar goes a little bit bullish here the next couple of days, we could see that eventually materialize into USCAD and them shoot it up into here. I personally think they're probably going to wait till Wednesday and smash it up into there. But from there, again, major resistance up in this area here. So do we just shoot up, take out these highs here, run the stops, and then fall off? That's what I'm waiting to see. And unfortunately, it's not going to happen probably until Wednesday. So we'll have to just kind of put a cork in this guy here until Wednesday, and then we'll go from there. Because price, I mean, it's just been going sideways, really. I mean, there's nothing really to call in this market except sideways price action. So nothing exciting going on. We'll wait for that rate statement, and then we'll see where we are at from there. Okay, and then finally, crude oil. I shouldn't say finally. I'm going to do gold next. Crude oil, again, big surge today. I told you guys we're looking for these highs over here at 67. Look, I haven't changed this chart once. We're looking at the highs at $67. We got that today very easily. Price actually ran up today. The high came in at 67.96, so almost $1 more than what I was expecting. Very incredible. So this area now is complete. If crude oil remains bullish going forward, which the OPEC meetings came out on Thursday. I sent links everywhere to articles, so hopefully you guys did your own research on this. They did not approve a production increase, which means that there's still going to be a shorter supply out there being produced daily, and it should drive this market higher again. So unless something comes out, now they are meeting again in 1 month, so they could change their mind in a month. But 77 now is the new target on oil. Okay, so watch for this. 77. We'll see if we get that. But so far, very nice to see. I didn't actually expect to see this happen so quickly. And be careful here. We see price shoot up into here. They could run it back down and want to rebalance off of these old highs in here. So see this weekly high there and that weekly high there from 2 weeks ago? don't be surprised if we see a little bit of a retracement first, okay? I don't think it's going to be a straight shot up to 77, so don't jump in the crude oil market and get long and think that price is just going to keep running up to 77. We could see some retracement, so let's just watch and see what happens there, okay? At the very least, you know, a breakout and retest of potentially this area right in here. So watch for that. Not buying crude up here, but if price comes back down and rebounces off of 64, then that might be something to look for, okay? Finally, gold and silver. Gold got smashed last week again after continuing to get smashed since pretty much December. Took out some major lows here that I thought they were going to defend. We didn't get that next level on the downside on gold, which more than likely they're probably going to keep running down into is 1668, these old lows over here. So whatever that is on your chart, see all these lows in here, just go mark that on your chart. Mine happens to be about the 1600 level. I think gold is probably going to fall off down to that level. So for all you gold bulls, you're probably going to have to cool your jets for a bit. We're not going to see that return back up to this level in here on gold yet. And then silver. Now, silver has been the stronger of the two, obviously. This isn't the first time I've said that. Go back to previous videos and you can see me saying that. Again, had a pretty deep slide. Now, gold, on the other hand, you know, gold lost, you know, about $1,000, excuse me, $100 an ounce. Versus silver on the last down run there lost about little under $3 in value. So this thing is definitely leading to the upside. And but now that gold is really diving, I think there's a very strong likelihood that we're probably going to see them run underneath these lows right here, and come under and sweep under that low there, and away we go. And now I think they'll probably defend these two lows here, but again, we'll have to wait and see. That's what I thought on gold, with this level up into here and that level there, but they didn't want to do that. So silver could follow suit, but definitely the stronger of the two metals. And I'm still bullish these markets, but for now, obviously, we're looking at potentially seeing them dip down a little bit lower. Could be better buying opportunities than getting in this area here. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see. So as I say, folks, just watch out this week. We do have a couple of monetary policy news releases. But other than that, should be fairly clear sailing. Wait for some information. Like I say, wait for the markets to develop a little bit first during the week to kind of see where we're going. You know, the US dollar, are we going to pop above this high and keep steamrolling higher? Are we going to pop above and then drop down and then rebalance and then go higher? You know, what are we going to do? Give it about a day or so to let markets form up. It's just the start of the week. Sunday's open now, and not really much to tell off of this. So give it a day or so, get the directional bias down, and then go from there. That's all I've got for you guys. Thanks very much for watching. Please, as always, like and share the video out to your network. I would really appreciate that, and leave a comment if you'd like as well, too. Always appreciate that. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great week of trading. And to all my members, I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. And if you guys would like to check out our membership options, you can check us out at f45trading.com. Let's go into our website, and all the options are right there for you. Thanks for watching, everyone.